Good morning, everybody. How are you? It is Monday at 11:35. Lord knows it's been a horrible few days, but this morning's been even worse. First of all, our weather: cold, windy. Chris had to hang on to me yesterday when we got out of the car to go in the store, and rainy. It's been horrible. Today, it's not raining, but it is cold. I have my heat on. I think I got it set like 78. Yeah, it's cold. So we've been dealing with that, and however, yesterday, let me take a drink of my coffee. My grandson went to get some ice out of the fridge. The ice and water in the door shit. I hate that. Anyhow, he come and said, Grandma, my ice in my cup is melting, blah, blah. So I came out and looked and pulled out the thing, and the ice was melting. There was water everywhere, and I was like, what the hell? So I'm thinking, it's probably a filter issue or something with the ice maker. So, and I brought Chris out and, I showed him, I cleaned up the water that got on the floor and stuff. Well, later in the day, I went to get something out of the freezer, and it was getting soft. So I'm like, okay. So I went and drug everything out of the freezer and put what I could in the big freezer in the garage. And there was a couple things that had to go in the freezer in the RV. Thank God I haven't loaded it up for our trip this next weekend. And I thought, okay, well, we'll figure it out. The fridge still appeared to be cold. I, have a thermometer in there. Last night I went to bed, milk, everything was still okay. I got up this morning and the temperature in the fridge had started to rise. And Chris is asking me, do they still do repairs to the repairmen? So I said, yeah. I said, it's probably going to cost us a good bit. I said, if it's a compressor. And so anyhow, I ran this morning and I got ice. And I cleaned out our huge coolers that we have, filled them with ice, took everything out of the fridge, put it in the ice, put it in the RV fridge, and emptied this fridge out. Well, it's a good thing I did, because about 2 hours ago, the compressor took a shit. Thank God I didn't lose all the stuff I had. So I'm getting all this organized and stuff, and I told Chris, I said, I got to buy a fridge, And I said, if we're going to buy a fridge, I want a new stove. I've been babying my stove. It's okay. It works fine. Except for the oven doesn't heat evenly. And I know there's a way you can correct that, but I've had that stove since right before I got with Chris. So I've had that stove for about 18 years, 17, 18 years. And the fridge, we just bought the fridge when we bought this house. So I've had that fridge probably about 11 years. Never had any trouble really with either one of them. Never had to have repair. And I kept telling him, I want a new stove. I want a new stove. So I have to have the new fridge. So I went online, looked around, checked Home Depot, went into Lowe's. Home Depot, I found a decent fridge, because I don't want the ice and the water in the door anymore. I hate that feature. I just hate that feature. I just want, an automatic ice maker on the inside. And my old fridge that I had before this one in St. Pete had a button you push inside, and you got your water from inside. You didn't have all this. So, Home Depot, I found a fridge and a stove matching for like less than $2,000. And I told Chris, I said, well, this is what I found. I said, I'll order it. Well, they couldn't get it here till Thursday. They can't deliver anything they have till Thursday. I need a fridge as soon as I can get a fridge. And I'm not going to run out and buy, a secondhand fridge, something I don't really want, just to have a fridge. So I kept looking and kept looking. I went online to Lowe's. and I found what they call the Samsung Bespoke 28 cubic foot smart side by side refrigerator with dual ice maker, and it's white glass. I want white anyhow. I've had black forever, and I don't like stainless because you see fingerprint. I like white because when white is clean, white is clean. And I found this fridge, and of course they had it in the fingerprint proof one. It was almost $1,000 more to have stainless, but I like the white glass because it's got the door things that you can change the color if you want. I like the cleanness of the white. However, it's even better. Let me see if I can bring this picture up of the inside and see if you can see it. Let me bring it up with food in it. Okay, let me flip this camera around. Okay, this is with the doors open. Right here, that's two separate ice containers. One does cubed, one does crushed. It's inside the freezer. Then over here, they have what they call a smart drink area right there. You get fresh water. You can put stuff. Anyhow, if you want, look it up. The Samsung Bespoke 28 cubic foot. And it's side by side. And I know a lot of people don't like side by side. But let me tell you what. I've had the one with the freezer on the bottom. It's a pain in the ass. You got to bend over. You got to move the top drawer to get to anything in the bottom. And you got to dig. I don't like doing that. That's why I have an upright freezer and not a chest freezer. So anyhow, this is what I ordered. Let me see if I can find. And it's so clean looking. This is what it looks like closed. That's it. That's it. And I got it on sale. It's normally, let me see. I think it's normally $2,400, I think. And it's on sale right now. And I added promotions and coupons, and I got it for $1,300. But the best part about it is it's being delivered tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'm so excited. And it's going to be perfect everything. The one with the two doors on the top that I have now, it's nice. With the doors, I like that, but I don't like that big drawer on the bottom. My Samsung that's in the RV is that way with the two doors in the bottom, but I'm not in it all the time. So that one's okay for the RV. It's full size, but on that one, the ice is down in the bottom freezer. So I got nothing through the doors. That is so filthy, and so I hate that about fridges with the ice and the stuff in the door. It's nasty. So anyhow, I went to look in for the matching stove, and they have it. It's gonna wait because the stove is more than the fridge. The stove, and it's not anything special, but it's the Bespoke electric stove, glass top. It's like $1,500. And I'm not into spending $3,000 right now. Christmas is this next week, So anyhow, I told Chris, I said, I don't need a stove right now. My stove works fine. I said, but I got to have this fridge. I love this fridge. So anyhow, it's ordered. It'll be delivered tomorrow. And I'm excited. I am. Because I've really not been liking this fridge because of the water and ice in the door. I did it for him. Well, now Chris gets it. He didn't want ice and water in the door again either. So that worked out well for both of us. Yeah. And then when I went out this morning at 6:30 to get ice, I took my van. Everything's running great. I get ready to come home, come around the corner, and it cut off on me. But it started itself right back up. I'm not sure. It was real fast, cut off, come back on. All the lights on the dash. I don't know what's wrong with that now. I'm going to have to get, how it is when it rains, it pours. So I'll have to get my nephew to look at that. But that'll be after the first year. I'll drive the car. Because we're going to Inglis tonight to look at some property for a friend. Because he's very busy, travels a lot. And he is looking for like the same stuff we are. So he asked asked us if we'd go take a look at it and see what we thought, because he can't get up there. So we have an appointment to do that later today. Chris is coming home early. I think he said he's leaving at 3. So, yeah. So, anyhow, all my stuff, my milk, all my major stuff that I use in the house is in 2 coolers, 2 big long coolers out in the kitchen. Well, 1 big long one and then a tall. Yeah. But the fridge got cleaned out, and, anything that got shoved to the back, I think I found 2 things I needed to throw away, and they were biscuits. They were outdated, rolls of biscuits. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing, trying to do that, trying to get things ready to go away. Because I thought we were going Wednesday. I don't know how I thought that, because I'm a ding-dong, I guess. But we're going Saturday. And then we're coming back on the 6th, I think. It's a Wednesday, so anyhow. Yeah, I think it's the 6th. Anyhow, it's the Wednesday after the 1st. So maybe it's the 3rd. Yeah, it's the 3rd, because I go back to work on the 6th. She wanted me to come to work. I didn't work Saturday because of the weather, and she said, no, we're not going to open today. The next thing, I get a message back. Well, everybody, by then I'd settled in, made plans with Chris to get some shopping done, and now I've had some calls. They want to come in and do a workshop. I got to run out and pick up stuff. Well, that stuff for that workshop should have already been there. And I'd already decided to do it. So I messaged her back. I said, Noonish, I got things to do. I said, and this weather is horrible. Pouring down rain and crappy. And I don't want to be outside in that mess. So anyhow, she came back and said, take care of. And I'm fine with that. So now I'm off for the next couple of weekends. Anyhow, it'll be like 3 whole weeks from work, counting this last week and weekend. So, yeah. Because I got things to do today. I want to call and see about getting my 2 kittens fixed. And I got to call and get Chris a doctor's appointment since they screwed that up. I need to call the doctor. I got hives again. They're attacking me on my wrists this time. Yeah. It's the weirdest. 2 days ago, it was the knuckles, the bottom knuckles down where near your rings. It was my knuckles. And now it's my wrist. And what it usually does is it works its way up. So I'm a little worried it's going to work its way to my face. And with the doctor being closed because of Christmas. And I can't just call my pharmacy now and say, hey, get the refill on the stuff for me, because I found out after the fact that my pharmacist sold out his pharmacy business, closed up. I got the notice 2 weeks after he did it, because I got a delivery of medicine like 2 weeks ago. So, I wasn't worried about it. I had everything, and they're real good about that. Got a glare on my glasses, guys. Let me take them off. So, I didn't worry about it. And then I find it's got transferred to Walgreens, so I called them. Well, I have to call them for a while with every prescription I need refilled until they get it in the system, but yet they told me they had a list of all my medicine transferred from my old friend. It's all fucked up. Yeah. So I got to call the doctor and get some stuff refilled before the holiday. So yeah, I got that kind of stuff to do. I didn't need to be dealing with this damn refrigerator wanting to punk out on me like that. But it did. And, it's not a big deal. I didn't lose anything, because I paid attention and I caught it. But now when it gets here tomorrow, the old one's already been moved out once, and I swept the floor behind it, and so Chris is going to pull it out tonight, because the other one's going to be here tomorrow anywhere from 8 to 8. Hopefully they'll message me with a better time frame. So I don't think they put them in, so I'll just have them bring it in and sit it. And my husband and I will take care of it. That's what we'll do. So, yeah, of all times, I wanted to do some more baking and cooking. I have no room to put it in the RV fridge now because it's full. It's got, the meatballs and all the sauce I made and the big 4-pound bags of cheese that I'm using and the cottage cheese and, plus the stuff that was already in there. So I'm kind of stuck today. But I don't plan on going out. I have to go out. Well, I got to go get some more ice for the cooler probably. But other than that, we went out yesterday and I forget, we were going maybe to Rural King for something. And I talked to my hubby. I said, since we're out and we're together and people are crazy and they're mobbing the stores, can we just go to Walmart and Eddie, stop, and get a few things that we need and then go to Aldi's and get some sourdough bread and blah, 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 blah. So we got all that done. But there was something we went out for and we didn't get. Oh, liquid chlorine for the pool. Rural King says, well, it's wintertime. We don't stock it. I said, well, what am I going to do? Dig up my pool because it's wintertime? They didn't have that, and they didn't have any Rain-X for the windshields. Chris likes Rain-X. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, but he likes it. They didn't have that. Chickens. They had 5 baby chickens, 4 black ones and 1 blonde one. No chickens and 4 rabbits. Yeah, they didn't have anything. And then you walk in Walmart and you can't move around because all the pallets of shit sitting around. Of course, the people that pick the orders. I'd like to choke them. I swear to God. I am so over that. That was the worst thing Walmart could have ever done was the order pickers. Well, I know the self-service, everybody's bitching about that. There's, a couple cashiers left. Everybody's bitching about that, Well, I like to do my own checkout anyhow. That way I watch it, make sure there's no mistakes, and it gets bagged the way I want it. And, I don't have a big problem with that. It's not an issue. So anyhow, I just wanted to come on and say hi and update everybody. It's going to be a half-assed busy week, but I'll be back. I had so much to do. And I'm kind of glad we're not pulling out Wednesday, that we're going Saturday. Gives me a few extra days because my one order still for Christmas hasn't made it. The one that I placed days after that I didn't pay shipping on is here. But the one I paid $13 for shipping on is not here. Yeah. And it's got a lot of this stuff in it that I need, so. I know. Sorry, guys. The hives, and I'm just itching everywhere. So when you watch my videos, if you see this, it's constant hives. Constant. And I don't know what to do. I could stay drugged up on Benadryl all the time. I don't want to do that. So after the first of the year, the nurse from the insurance company said she wanted me to see a endocrinologist and somebody else. And I need to because it's just getting out of hand. But I'm okay. I'll get through it, I'll deal with it. So anyhow, I wanted to pop on, say hi. And if I don't come back the rest of today, I might, but when my new fridge gets here tomorrow, I'll be sharing that with you. I'm so excited. I looked at other refrigerators, and I had another one I almost was going to buy. And then I saw this bad boy with the sleek lines and the no water and shit in the door. And then I liked those 2 compartments inside. 2 of them. One crushes it and one cubes it. Because these guys use ice. I hardly ever use ice. But they use ice like it's gone out of style. So I'm glad I thought last night to go out to the RV. And I emptied that automatic ice maker. I emptied all of it into plastic Ziploc bags and brought it in, put it in the freezer in the garage. So we have ice. that way. We have it in a cooler too, but we have it in there. And the one in the RV is about filled up again, so we'll be okay. But yeah, of all timing, right before the holiday. I can't bake. I can't do anything because I don't have this stuff right here at hand. Oh well. I woke up today. That's a good thing. So guys, anyhow, I'm going to get off of here. I love you all. Thank you to my new subscribers. I need to get in there and look. It seems like every time I try to, something comes up. My dog, Snapper, I don't know what's up with him. And he's being quiet. And he's not being real active. And so I've been dealing with him. Of course, everything else that I do. And now dealing with the fridge. So I haven't had a chance to get into my stuff. But I know I have new subscribers, guys. And thanks so much for that. I really appreciate it. My husband's all excited because my hours are getting up there. And there was an advertisement or something with one of my videos already. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't really care what it's all about. As long as they don't start inundating, my videos with advertisement. I don't want a part of that. I told my husband that. Because he's like, oh, they're going to monetize you, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't care about that. I don't. That's not why I do this. I get on here so I could just talk and chit-chat and let everybody know when you get old like me, life is still good. You can still do stuff. And I tell you about my shenanigans and shit like that, fun stuff. So anyhow, guys, I'll leave it at that right now. I'm going to get out of here. I love you all. Push my buttons and do something for you, please. I'm doing it now. I sat my old ass in this chair, said I was going to do this video. I got the big screen on, see? I'm going to put something good on the TV. And I'm going to sit here and scratch myself to death is what I'm going to do. So, y'all, maybe I'll be back later. Maybe I won't. But tomorrow I will show you my new fridge. I'm excited. All right, guys. I love you. Thanks. Push my buttons. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.